Hey everybody, it's Kyle. Today I want to talk about worry and how it can really cause problems for you, and just tell you a little bit about us, because at one point my wife and I were really worriers. We worried independently of each other. We worried together. We had conversations where we talked about things that were going wrong and we worried about the future. We just spent way too much time in a state of worry. And it was really, it really caused us to not take action when we needed to, but it also tended to bring us down. And then at one point, I was reading somewhere that that worry is like fog. And by what I mean by that is, if you take a dense fog that covers 7 city blocks up to 100 feet high, that's so dense you really can't see anything, and you take all those droplets of water and you put them together, you'll have one full glass. And it really started to affect me, because I realized what we were doing, my wife and I, was we were clouding our judgment and fogging up our lives so much that we really couldn't take action in the right direction. And then as I started to do a little bit more research, I started to find information, and I realized that 40% of our worries never even happen. 30% are in the past, and there's nothing we can do about it. 12% are needless worries about our health, and I'm reading this down here. See that? I got my cheat sheet. 10% are silly or needless worries, and 8% deserve. They're legitimate, and they deserve a little bit of action or concern or thought. And it really got me to thinking about how sometimes we, as parents with kids on the autism spectrum, spend so much time worrying about their and our future, and what's this going to be like and what's that going to be like, that if we spend too much time in those areas, that it really is going to cause us problems. And it keeps us paralyzed with fear. It's like when there's a dense fog and you're driving through it. If you've ever driven through a dense fog, it's frightening because you can't really see what's in front of you, and you grab the steering wheel a lot tighter, and you're really in a tense state, and you're in this heightened sense, and you really aren't capable at that moment of making rational decisions. You're in a fight or flight mode. And so, really what I want to share with you today is to understand that only 8%, I got those statistics out of a book, and I don't know how real they are or how unreal they are, but the truth is they sure seem legitimate if you think about all the worries we have. So one of the things we do on our Insiders group is we talk about some of the worries briefly, and then we talk about creating triggers to move us away from those things and move us towards action, and taking action and managing our minds in a way that allows us to move forward with confidence and faith. There never was confidence and faith in worry. It just doesn't work like that. So I want you to know that if you find yourself worrying about things, take action to move away from those things. Again, 40% never happened, 30% are in the past, 12% are needless worries about our health, 10% are silly, just absolutely silly and needless, and only 8%. Can you imagine if you spent 10% of your time worrying instead of the whatever your 100% is now, how much more productive and effective you'd be as a parent? I can tell you that it changed us. It changed my wife and I when we made this discovery and started to realize that we could manage our worry better. And once we started doing that, we had much more success. And that's what we want for you. So don't worry. Be happy. There's a song. We do have to attend to some things, but worry is not. By the way, my wife bought me this new pocket square. See how pretty that is? Yeah, she says I'm a star. So she bought me this blue. Blue is my favorite color. It makes my eyes pop. See that? And it's the color of the sky, which I always get to see. But anyway, sorry for that. Hey, today at noon Mountain Time, I'm going to be doing something called, initially I called it Daditude, or Dad tributes instead of attributes, but I've changed it now to glad tributes, because they're not about me. They're about attributes that make you happy and are going to propel you forward. So join us at noon. I'll be doing a live Facebook. Stop worrying. It's not productive. I know there are things to worry about, but it's really very few things do we really need to worry about. And when we do worry, instead of taking too much time to worry about it, if we find our stuff worrying about it, ask yourself, is this something I can take action on? And if it is, take action. If it's not, change what you're thinking about. Decide you're not going to think about that anymore and think about what you can do to solve the issues you've got. If you want to join us on the Insiders, let me know. We'd love to have you. We're coming out with something new real soon that I think is going to be really good. So join us today at 12 noon for glad tributes. Add tributes that'll make you glad. And they're attributes that we had to toss some out and we had to keep some. And these are the ones we kept. We'll talk about the ones we tossed out. Talk to you later. Have a great day. Bye-bye.